Tonight, we're diving into a disaster that's unfolding right before our eyes, yet the mainstream media is barely covering it. Massive floods have swept through multiple states, leaving destruction in their wakes. Homes underwater, families displaced, entire communities in crisis. But where's our leadership? Biden's at the beach, Kamala's at fundraisers, and Americans are literally drowning. We'll show you the heart-wrenching footage that others will not air and ask the question on everyone's mind: where is the federal response? Now, folks, as we discuss this devastating flood, let's talk about another kind of relief, pain relief. Millions of Americans suffer from chronic pain. The opioid crisis has shown us the dangers of traditional treatments, but there is hope. Medical scientist Clint Winters has unveiled a breakthrough. Conolidine, this 100% drug-free compound, optimizes your body's natural painkillers. It's so effective, even UFC fighters swear by it. I've tried it myself, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. No side effects, no grogginess, just pure relief. Visit trycono.com/NNN now for an exclusive discount. Don't let pain control your life any longer. Okay, now there's a lot of Americans in pain right now. We do have to do those reads to keep this channel going. Looting, rampant looting is taking place. Right now, 8 individuals were arrested after they attempted to loot a Tennessee community that was ravaged by floodwaters. You can see them right here. Kamala has a history of bailing out looters. Will she raise money to bail out these folks too? Former President Trump arriving in Georgia. He says the governor's doing a great job. He's having a hard time getting the president on the phone, though.
What do you think of Governor Kemp's response to the storm here in Georgia?
The governor's doing a very good job. He's having a hard time getting the president on the phone. I guess they're not being responsive. The federal government is not being responsive, but they're having a very hard time getting the president on the phone. He won't get on, and of course the vice president, she's out someplace campaigning, looking for money. So they have to be focused over here. It's too big. This is a really bad one. And the governor's doing a good job, but he's having a hard time getting the president on the phone. They're being very non-responsive. We're also going to be we're talking with North Carolina. We're trying to get them hooked up with communication. They're totally closed right now. North Carolina has really been hit hard. Really, really been hit hard. The hardest, and we can't even get in there right now. And there are a lot of people that have been injured or worse. Very bad. North Carolina. We're working with the people in North Carolina now to get them hooked up for communication. And in the meantime, we're at Valdosta, and we're with the mayor and congressman and everybody else. We've brought a lot of supplies. We're with Franklin Graham, who's been always fantastic in these cases. Nobody better. He does with Samaritan's Purse. He's done an unbelievable job. And how is it going, Greg? So Franklin needs a lot of volunteers, and I know he'll get them. He's done an incredible job in these instances, and this looks like a bad one, really, compared to the worst we've seen in years. So if anybody, maybe you can get that word out, the media can get the word out. He needs volunteers as quickly as possible.
Samaritan's Purse, they are actively working. We're going to get more information for them. But this woman, New York Post puts out, wacko former University of Kentucky staffer said Hurricane Helene was an act of God to punish Trump supporters. Donald Trump, as you just saw, in Georgia, paying respects and bringing lots of relief material, including fuel, equipment, water, and other things to the state. Catastrophic damage. 100 times worse than Katrina. Bodies everywhere. Unaccountable numbers of bodies trapped in cars. Thousands still missing. No federal aid. Media has been criminally silent. Death toll from Katrina, about 1,600. This will be way past that. Some of the footage you can see right here. Cars being swept away. I mean, bridges. I mean, whole towns completely destroyed. This is the reality for so many right now. Oh, President Trump just announced Elon Musk. He's partnering with Musk to provide Starlinks to communities across the Southeast. Listen.
Turned into homes, hospitals, highways, and cars have been plunged underwater. Entire neighborhoods have been turned into lakes. Nobody's seen anything like it. And to every family that's been displaced here in Georgia and North Carolina, which has really been hit. We were going there also, and they don't have communication. They don't have anything right now. We're trying to. I just spoke to Elon. I'm getting him. We want to get Starlink hooked up because they have no communication whatsoever. And Elon will always come through. We know that. And so we're working on that, getting them hooked.
You know, it blows my mind. I see President Trump right there at the front of the scene where all this damage is taking place. Where's Biden? Where's Kamala? Trump is there. He is acting as a leader should. Our own leaders, completely absent. Oh, wait till you see this clip I got of Biden. Wait till you hear. You want to know where our leaders are? I'm going to show you where our leaders are. Oh, here it is. This is the clip of Biden. I'm getting to it. Here he is. Biden said there will be no additional resources.
Yes, it's tragic. Matter of fact, we're trying to get the exact numbers. My team advisors on the ground in Florida right now. There's a distinction between the numbers that FEMA's used and the ones that are used by the locals. So it really is amazing. You saw the photographs. It's stunning.
It's unbelievable. It really is. Such a wide area.
And we've given them all everything that we have. We're on the ground ahead of time, so we're working hard.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet.
No additional resources. There's Joe Biden on the tarmac, barely able to speak. Asheville, North Carolina resident says it's chaos. Looters everywhere, people vandalizing everywhere.
So update right now, the biggest problem after Hurricane Helena is just you're not able to move. Some of my friends just try to go to Tennessee. The roads are completely blocked off. You're not getting out. We're trapped in. There's a lot of looters. Please stay safe. Stay inside. If you have a weapon, keep it on you because there are people intentionally sabotaging stuff. So over on I-40, there was some truckers coming in with supplies and medical stuff trying to help us. They stopped at a truck stop to get some rest. When they woke up, their tires were slashed. Nothing was stolen, just tires were slashed. The same thing is happening all over the place. People are intentionally just vandalizing stuff, not stealing, just vandalizing. And then there's looting happening in all the stores. I'll come back with an update in about 5 or 6 hours. Everyone stay safe.
Stay safe out there. Samaritan's Purse, my friends. You got to support them. This is what Americans fleeing looks like. It looks like something from an apocalyptic film. You know when you see those scenes of all the cars stuck on the highway, stranded? This is happening right now. This is not a Hollywood movie. Where's FEMA? Where are the government officials? There's no water. There is going to be so much more fallout from this. Donald Trump giving that press conference. This guy, a heartbroken patriot, lost all faith in his government after being displaced from his home by the recent hurricane. The United States has allocated over $16 billion to support Ukraine and Israel, leaving its own citizens feeling neglected and abandoned. Listen to this man.
Just wanted to jump on here and give y'all a little update. I ain't got to see it in person yet, but I've had pictures sent to me. Y'all keep me and my family in your prayers, because from what I see, I have no fucking home to go back to.
Yeah, where's Kamala Harris? Oh, she's too busy actually at a fundraiser. Ben Swan, posting this. How quickly do you think we could rebuild North Carolina and Tennessee if the nearly $400 billion we sent to Ukraine could be spent here in America instead? Look at this absolute destruction. $2.4 billion in aid to Ukraine versus no more aid for Hurricane Helene, 3 days apart.
Getting them all ahead of time. So I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance. We're getting them all everything that we have on the ground ahead of time. So we're working hard.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we've given them, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. A storm just wiped out entire North Carolina towns off the map and completely isolated Asheville, which has gone dark due to no internet, water, power, ways to leave. Barely seen any news about it. I'm tripping because seems like this should be bigger news. Yeah, you'd think, right? Well, we're trying to do our part here. This is a heartbreaking image. This is the last image of a wife and a husband in Asheville sheltering from the flood on a roof. The roof would soon collapse, causing them and their 6-year-old grandchild to drown. Their daughter and mother of the child took the photograph. When the roof collapsed, she got wedged and died. The water receded at Biltmore Village today, revealing the devastation. Dan Whitaker says he's been in the area many times and it was not recognizable. This is the devastation. Tons of Americans doing exceptional work to help their fellow Americans, despite the fact that virtually all levels of government above the municipal level are doing absolutely nothing. People bringing in helicopters to provide relief. Entire roads washed out. People without a way to get out of their driveways, no power, no communication, federal government doing nothing. And our media is barely acknowledging this disaster. This person states, I need people to understand something with the news coverage regarding effects of Hurricane Helene. There's a lot more to the North Carolina mountains than Nashville, Boone, Bowling Rock. He goes through all these different counties. They're devastated and needed the same help. Some even more. Other counties fall under various definitions of Western North Carolina. Western North Carolina holds 11% of the state's population. There are millions of people up there with no electricity, no communication, and no water, no way to get out or let rescue teams even know where they are. And of course, a lot of people are saying, well, it's because FEMA has a specific goal. It's instill equity as a foundation of emergency management. Meanwhile, Tim Walz is trying to raise money at the same time the Southeast is devastated by massive flash floods. Meanwhile, the community got together and decided we are going to clear the bridge because we didn't see any activity from the government. Residents of Tennessee cleared bridges themselves to free the stranded neighbors. Kylie Kane Kramer reacting to this post from Tim Walz. All gas, no brakes. We'll sleep when we're dead. That was posted by Tim Walz 22 hours ago. She says, I can't believe you just posted this when people are literally dying in Western North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina. Over 1,000 people missing, 30 people dead. And you're saying people can sleep when we're dead? Disgraceful. On top of all this, we have this massive disaster, and there is nearly half of U.S. shipping is going to be shut down tomorrow, Tuesday. U.S. East Coast port strike set to start on Tuesday. Harrison Smith says, hope you're stocked up. J.D. Vance, heartbroken by the devastation. Please say a prayer for everyone affected by the storm. Gunter Eagleman, Biden approves $567 million in aid for North Carolina yesterday. No, just kidding. That was for Taiwan. They're more concerned with overseas adventures. than the people here at home that need it. It's unbelievable. President Trump calls out Kamala Harris for fundraising while many parts of our country are being devastated. Why is lying Kamala Harris in San Francisco, a city she's totally destroyed, at fundraising events when big parts of our country are devastated and underwater? American trucker 16 hours ago just got off the phone with a trucker pal, told me there were 0 FEMA loads on any load boards. He uses 0. In the history of natural disasters, these load boards are full, yet for this event, 0. No FEMA loads going out. No money for you. Sorry, we gave it all to Ukraine. Ron DeSantis, meanwhile, authorizing the Florida National Guard to send air assets to North Carolina in support of their hurricane response. Ukraine first, America last. Health Ranger posting 780,000 homes have no power in South Carolina alone. Many countries across North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia have literally 100% power outages, no power, not a single household, no cell service, nothing. Mario Nafal, 153 people unaccounted for in flood-hit Tennessee. Meanwhile, massive strike is about to hit the East Coast. 36 ports. A major supply chain disruption at the worst possible time. International Longshoremen Association announced plans for a strike at all Atlantic and Gulf Coast ports starting October 1st. Texas Betty, we are in desperate need of more local volunteers in North Carolina to do wellness checks and supply drops in accessible areas. I had a clip here that I saved for you guys from Samaritan's Purse. I think this is it. Yeah.
In Asheville, North Carolina, homes and buildings swept away by raging floodwaters that have submerged the town.
It's beyond anything I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Parts of the town not underwater, completely cut off.
Somebody on a Facebook post said something about having to fly out of Asheville because you can't drive out of Asheville.
That extreme.
Yeah.
With no power and no cell service, crowds formed outside this hotel, one of the only places in town with working Wi-Fi.
We've been just trying to get on as much as we can and either get an email or a text out and just let everybody know that we're okay.
We met up with Cindy Tran, her forever home, a self-described oasis, ravaged by the cresting French Broad River nearby.
The water came up so quick, halfway up to the second floor. We thought the way it just kept rising so fast, it was going to get to the second floor, so we had to get out.
A similar scene in the town of Chimney Rock, virtually wiped off the map by floodwaters.
Chimney Rock's gone. Soaring Bridge is gone.
Meanwhile, the heavy rains triggering a massive mudslide that washed out this stretch of I-40, a major highway connecting western and eastern parts of the state. One bit of good news, 2 dams that were in danger of collapse, the Nolichucky and Lake Lure dams, now appear to be okay as water levels slowly recede.
I gotta find that clip for you guys. I thought I had saved it here. Oh, yes, here it is. Okay, this, if you guys want to help, SamaritansPurse.org or spvolunteer.org. This is very important, my friends.
Lost their lives. The east coast of the United States just got decimated by Hurricane Helene. And normally up here in the mountains of North Carolina, we don't feel the effect. A lot of damaged homes. People have lost their lives here in this community in the high country.
Our community is set up for blizzards. We're not set up well for floods. And so it's really catastrophic damages.
The road that we're on here, it's bridges out on the other end, and our slide has got it blocked on this end. Those people, none of them can get out. There's probably, I would say, at least 50 homes or more in there. If you can help somebody, help them. Just bless them.
Samaritan's Purse is responding. We're sending equipment up here, and volunteers will be going out this Monday, starting to help in this community. But this is not the only place we've responded to.
Banner Elk, they're out of water, they're out of food. So we just delivered 1 load of water to them. In the next couple days, we're going to be moving more water, more food, baby formula.
We are outside Watauga Hospital to offer an oxygen service to those that have lost access to oxygen at their homes.
The medical system here and also in nearby Avery County at our Linville Hospital, they've asked for help. And so as we deploy our teams to help recover from these floods and help dig out homes and cut trees back, we're also helping medically.
Just really grateful for the partnership with Samaritan's Purse, to have a little hope in our community about 12 hours after what could have been probably the most devastating thing that we've probably seen in our lifetime.
Nobody wants to live through a disaster like this, but one of the interesting things is disaster brings us together in a powerful way. So would you please pray for those gospel opportunities, bringing people together in the name of Jesus to serve and to help and bring the gospel.
And that's why our volunteers go out. They want to serve and love others, but they want to serve in the name of Jesus Christ. So if you want to get involved, go to SamaritansPurse.org and sign up.
SamaritansPurse.org. Sign up there, friends. Biden, Harris, completely AWOL. Donald Trump right there on the front lines. Samaritan's Purse on the front lines. Long before any federal relief. So there you have it. While our so-called leaders vacation and fundraise, real Americans are suffering. The footage we've shown you isn't just shocking. It's a damning indictment of an administration that's lost touch with the people it's supposed to serve. But here's what we need to ask ourselves. Is this neglect, incompetence, or something more sinister? And what can we as citizens do to help our fellow Americans in need? So SamaritansPurse.com is one way. Maybe you have some ideas. Share your thoughts and ideas in the comments below, and please say a prayer.